ओम नमः श्री यतिराजाय विवेकानंद सूरये सच्चित् सुख स्वरूपाय स्वामिने तापहारिणे। Revered Swami Harshanand Ji Maharaj, dear Sri Guru Raj Ji, other dignitaries present here, dear brother monks, Matajis, dear sisters and brothers. Just now, we have listened to a very inspiring, beautiful speech from Sri Guru Raj Ji, and he rightly pointed out that 9/11 of 2001 would not have occurred, those world towers would not have been smashed to pieces had the Americans listened to the speech, historic speech given by Swami Vivekananda at the World's Parliament of Religions held in Chicago on the same date, 9/11, 1893. 11 September 1893, Swami Vivekananda in his brief speech said, "We Hindus do not believe only in tolerance, but we accept all religions as equally true." And then he said, religion should be the binding force to bring love to the whole of humanity. But down the times, down the history, we find more bloodshed in the name of religion than for any other cause. And then Swami Vivekananda said at the last, "But I fervently pray that the bell that tolled this morning in the honor of this convention may be the death knell of all sorts of fanaticism, of all sorts of dogmatism, of all sorts of persecution in the name of religion, whether with the pen or with the sword, and let there be peace and harmony." That is what Swami Vivekananda wanted, but we did not listen. The dogmatism went on, as on today also. Lot of problems like terrorism, if you go to the root of the problem, it is all because of the fundamentalism. Nobody goes to the fundamentals of religions, but only achara. Just now you heard, outside achara are given more important, more rituals, and that is the main thing. We do not go to the fundamentals of religion. We become fundamentalist. And that is why Swami Vivekananda said, "Do I wish that a Hindu should become a Christian? God forbid. Do I want a Christian should become a Hindu? God forbid." Let each and every person follow his or her own religion and become great. A Hindu may become a better Hindu, a Muslim becomes a better Muslim, a Christian becomes a better Christian, then all the problems get solved. Because in every religion, there are great truths embedded, and every religion has produced saints of the highest order. In fact, Swami Vivekananda is very fond of a song written by Bahadur Shah Zafar, the last Mughal emperor. He was a Sufi saint, and the song that he gives the message not only of Sufism, but also the Vedanta, practical Vedanta. तुझसे हमने दिल को लगाया, जो कुछ है सो तू ही है, एक तुझको अपना पाया, जो कुछ है सो तू ही है. This is the song which was favorite of both Sri Ramakrishna and Swami Vivekananda. And there, this universal brotherhood feeling coming from the heart of practical Vedanta, that is being given. सबके मकान दिल का मकीन तू, कौन सा दिल है जिसमें नहीं तू, हर एक दिल में तू ही समाया, जो कुछ है सो तू ही है. Inside everybody's heart is the same Atman, irrespective of caste, creed, color, religion. एषः सर्वेषु भूतेषु गुणो आत्मान प्रकाशते, दृश्यते तो ग्रया बुद्ध्या, सूक्ष्मया सूक्ष्मदर्शिभिः. क्या मलायक, क्या इंसान, क्या हिंदू, क्या मुसलमान, जैसा चाहा तूने बनाया, जो कुछ है सो तू ही है. Whether you are a Muslim or you are a Christian or a Hindu, in everybody's heart there is the same God present. Sarata pani padam tat sarata kshiromukam sarata shruti malloke sarvam avritya sisthati. And then काबा में क्या, देवल में क्या, तेरी परस्तिस होगी सब जहां, सभी ने तुझको सिर है झुकाया, जो कुछ है सो तू ही है. In the temples, in the churches, in the mosques, it is the same divinity which is being worshipped. The names are different. This is what Sri Ramakrishna had verified through his own life, and this is what Swami Vivekananda gave to the whole world's parliament religions, to the whole world through the parliament religions. अर्श से लेकर फर्श जमी तक और जमी से अर्श बरी तक, जहां मैं देखा तू ही नजर आया, जो कुछ है सो तू ही है. ईशावास्यमिदं सर्वं यत्किंच जगत्याम जगत तेन तक्तेन भुंजिथा ma agridakasya siddhanam. The whole universe is permeated by the one universal consciousness, and this has been proved by the modern science. Bell's theorem that all the particles of the whole universe are interconnected at a deeper level has been experimentally verified by the Nobel Prize winner David Bohm. And then Erwin Schrödinger, another Nobel Prize winner, says consciousness is a singular of which the plural is unknown. It is this scientific Vedanta that Swami Vivekananda preached in the United States. And that is why Americans were so much enamored. When he went there, what was the condition? The whole world was looking upon Indians as backward, with no religion, full of superstitions, and they used to call us idolaters. Oh, just worshipping the stones and with all of superstitions. There is no philosophy behind it. But when Swami Vivekananda delivered this speech, and during that time when Swamiji stayed, in the New Discoveries you find Mary Louise Burke, Sister Gargi, brought out 6 volumes, Swami Vivekananda in the West, New Discoveries. There she has found out so many new things related to Swami Vivekananda's life in America, where she says when Swamiji went there, even in the textbooks of the children, there used to be the stories, bullcock stories, all manufactured by certain Christian missionaries with the photographs. The stories were printed in the books. One photograph showing a lady, an Indian lady, throwing her own child into the river, and the crocodile is eating up, to be eaten away by the crocodiles. Another woman is keeping her child on the top of the tree so that the birds can eat them up. Another picture, some persons are given under the ratha, and the ratha goes on, and so many people are made to be killed. Likewise, they say it is full of bull, cock and bull stories. These types of stories children were studying in the textbooks. Those photographs of the textbooks also are given in these volumes. This was the condition. The whole world was looking upon India as a very backward country. It was already a slave country, full of superstitions, no religion. But when Swami Vivekananda delivered his historic speech, only of 3 minutes, because 2 minutes were consumed by clapping of the people. The clapping went on for 2 minutes. So he gave a speech only of 5 minutes. Within that, the whole transformation came up. And within a day, Swami Vivekananda became a world-class hero, and Hinduism got its new status. And the New York Herald, one of the greatest newspapers of America at that time, wrote, in the world's parliament of religions, so many hundreds of great religious leaders have come from all over the world. But the greatest figure in the parliament of religions is Swami Vivekananda. New York Herald wrote. And then it added, after listening to him, we feel how foolish on our part to send missionaries to India. Their religion is so great that rather we should invite missionaries from India to preach in America. And this is now getting done. This is exactly what is happening. Swami Vivekananda went there. It was one-man army. And now you find so many religious leaders going to America. You find them giving lectures. But the start was made by Swami Vivekananda. He also predicted, now the armies and armies will come with the message of Indian spirituality to conquer the world. This Swami Vivekananda gave the status. And naturally, it was too much for Christian missionaries. Some of the Christians became very good friends of Swami Vivekananda, but those who were dogmatic, they became the enemies. They called him at Detroit in the church, just only to make it a showdown. They organized the lecture, and after the lecture there was question and answer session. And they started questions on the Bible, on Christian religion. Now Swami Vivekananda was a voracious reader. In fact, when he was traveling all over the country, as a Parivrajaka before going to America, he used to keep only 2 books with him. One Bhagavad Gita and another one Imitation of Christ by Thomas A. Kempis. And he had a great in-depth study of Christian literature. When he started giving replies to the Christian missionaries about the Christian literature, they could not find themselves up to the mark, and they had to face defeat. The reverse thing happened. People came to know that these Hindu monks knows more about Christian literature than the Christian father themselves. It was a showdown for them. Fully flopped. But they did not accept the defeat. Again they called Swami Vivekananda for another speech. And after the speech, again question answer. This time they asked many questions from chemistry. And Swami Vivekananda had encyclopedic knowledge, so he answered all the questions correctly about chemistry. Again they were a flop. Now they thought, now no more, now this fellow must be killed. That is the only solution, because this fellow is making us more and more onto the river side. Let us kill him. So again they invited Swami Vivekananda. After the lecture, they offered him a cup of coffee. And just when Swamiji was trying to drink the coffee, Sri Ramakrishna appeared before him. Naren, don't drink the coffee. And immediately Swamiji left the coffee. Afterwards, it was found they had mixed poison, Christian missionaries, to kill Swami Vivekananda. But Sri Ramakrishna appeared and saved him. Ram rakhe, usko kaun chakhe. When God is there to protect you, nobody can kill you. Sri Ramakrishna protected Swami Vivekananda from that poison. This is what was the situation at the time of Swami Vivekananda. Gradually the things are turning. Now they are understanding Indian spirituality, yoga only can save the whole world. What Swami Vivekananda had predicted is coming true. 4th August 2003, the Time magazine being brought out from New York had the front page showing a Hollywood actress meditating. And inside, the name of the story, cover story was, Just Say Om. And there it was told, 10 millions of Americans are having regular meditation. 10 millions of Americans. You cannot avoid meditation. In fact, there was a news item, Americans going gaga over yoga. 75% of the fitness clubs in America are having regular courses on alternative medicine and alternative on meditation and yoga. You cannot avoid meditation in America. Classrooms, boardrooms, industrial houses, educational institutions, prison houses, airports, railway platforms, everywhere there are meditation chambers. In 2004, when I went to UK to participate in the second international conference on disaster management, I thought of taking this opportunity of visiting our centers in Europe. It is Holland, Germany, France and Switzerland, and my return flight was from Zurich to Bombay. Since there was time left, I was strolling through the beautiful new airport of Zurich. Suddenly I found, while I was going through the bookshop and all that, I found one signboard, meditation chamber. In the airport of Zurich, I saw with my own eyes. And inside, when I went there, beautiful small meditation chamber they have prepared. So what Swami Vivekananda predicted in 1897 is coming true gradually. What is that? Swami Vivekananda said in his lecture in Chennai, India shall conquer the whole world by spiritual power. And that is has coming, not with atomic bomb, but with spiritual power. So that is what is really happening gradually. But we have to go a long way. But we have got that spirituality with us, that Indian culture and spirituality, the nectar of Vedanta, which the foreigners are now very eager to take in order to save themselves from number of suicides, schizophrenia, AIDS, drug addiction. This is the maladies of the Western countries. The only solution for them is to adopt yoga, spirituality and meditation and Vedanta, the nectar of Vedanta. That is what Swami Vivekananda prophesied. That is now coming true. Swami Vivekananda was a multifaceted personality. Everybody is taking Swami Vivekananda his own way. Some say he was a great orator. In fact, the newspapers of America wrote, he is an orator by divine rights. A wonderful orator. And in the Parliament of Religions, he was to speak only twice, but he spoke many times. And whenever the people will start going because of the dry speeches of other speakers, there will be just an announcement. At the end of the program, Swami Vivekananda will speak. And the people will sit down for 3 more hours, 3.5 hours, for for listening to the small speech of Swami Vivekananda. But Swami Vivekananda was their shield. Anytime they feel audience is going away, announce, Swami Vivekananda is going to speak today. And people will stop going for listening to a short speech of Swami Vivekananda. He was an orator by divine right. Some say, no, great writers. So complete works of Swami Vivekananda. Though most of the speeches are all recorded by Goodwin and others, and later on being edited by Swami Vivekananda, but some of the lectures, a part of Raj Yoga, was written by Swami Vivekananda, great writer. No, some people say, no, great poet. See what great poets, so many poems he has written, beautiful poems, devotional songs. Some say, no, he's a great musician. He was a vocal music. He was a great singer. In fact, Sri Ramakrishna was charmed by his song. This is how the first meeting happened at Suryanath Mitra's house, because the person who was to sing the songs was absent. So this college boy of the neighborhood was brought. And this is how the first meeting between him and Sri Ramakrishna took place, between Swami Vivekananda and Sri Ramakrishna, through a song, because he had come there. And then Sri Ramakrishna said, please come to Dakshineshwar to meet me. But this is a song. He was a great singer. So he was a great singer, he was a great poet, he was an orator by divine right, he was a great writer. Some say, no, great patriot. Who has got patriotism like that? The love that he had for country. He said, I loved India before. When he came back from America, I realized this importance of this saying of Swami Vivekananda when I myself went to European countries, and when I was returning, I had the same feeling, where Swami Vivekananda says, when he was asked, now that you have seen the glory of the Western countries, how do you feel about India? He said, India I loved before going to the West, but now the very dust of the land is holy to me. It is a great tirtha and a great pilgrimage place. The whole country is Punya Bhumi. That is what he discovered after going to the West. Nowhere in the whole world you get such spirituality as you get in India. And everybody, whosoever has to get mukti, will have to be born in India at one stage or the other. This is what Swami Vivekananda said. Great love for the country. He said, as long as even a single dog is without food in my country, my whole of religion will be to feed it. I do not believe in a religion which cannot wipe the tears of a widow or cannot feed a hungry mouth. So he's great patriot. Weeping whole night, Belumat inside in his room, he used to weep. One day Swami Vivekananda saw there is some sobbing noise of voice of somebody is sobbing, somebody is crying, and the sound is coming from the room of Swami Vivekananda. It was midnight, so he went there, Vivekananda Maharaj, and he opened the door. The door was not bolted, and he was amazed to see Swami Vivekananda was rolling on the ground. He was not in his camp cot. Normally he used to sleep in the camp cot, never in that big cot that is kept there in Swamiji's room in Belumat. But most of the time he used to sleep in the camp cot. But that day he was on the floor and he was weeping, and the whole floor was wet with tears. Then Vivekananda says, what is the matter, Swamiji? Are you not comfortable? Are you having some pain? Then Swamiji said, you see passion? He used to call him passion. Our countrymen are starving. There was a great drought at that time, and thousands of people are dying because of hunger. I am praying to Sri Ramakrishna to please give them food, please protect them, remove their suffering. I have been praying day and night, but he is not listening to me. Then Vivekananda said, Sri Ramakrishna used to love you very much, and he will certainly listen to you, but now you sleep. No passion you do not know. How many nights I have been weeping and praying to the Lord to make our country, to make our countrymen better, to improve the condition of our people. Now gradually the economic development is taking place. Still today 22% are below poverty line. But Swami Vivekananda prophecy will not go in vain. His tears will not go in vain. Swami Turiyananji afterwards said, one day he found Swami Vivekananda was in Balram Mandir, and he was coming down the stairs. At that time Swami Turiyananji heard Swami Vivekananda just murmuring a song of Mirabai. Heri मैं तो प्रेम दीवानी मेरा दर्द न जाने कोई घायल की गति घायल जाने और न जाने कोई हेरी मैं तो प्रेम दीवानी मेरा दर्द न जाने कोई. And when he was telling, nobody understands my pain, Swami Turiyananji said, I also did not understand what was the pain through which he was undergoing so much of agony. Then it struck him, yes, the poor condition of the people of our country, the great maladies that they are facing, our countrymen. It is this, the poor condition, the miserable condition of the poor masses, that is bringing tear into the eyes of Swamiji. And then Swami Turiyananji, while talking to the devotee, said, do you think all these tears will go in vain? No. From every tear will bring forth, a great patriot. And then later on you find so many great patriots came and gave independence to India. Mahatma Gandhi, Subhash Chandra Bose, Dr. Radhakrishnan, Jawaharlal Nehru, Chakravarti Rajgopalacharya. All of them, they got inspired by the books of Swami Vivekananda and fulfilled the first dream of Swami Vivekananda, independence of India. Mahatma Gandhi, when he came to Belumat, our headquarters, on 6th February 1921, they said, they requested Gandhiji to give a speech. Gandhiji said, I have not come here to give a speech. I have come here to pay my homage to the great memory of Swami Vivekananda. But I will tell only one thing to the people present here, particularly the young people. When you come to this great place, don't go empty-handed. Take some of the great inspiration from this place. And then he requested, please go through the books of Swami Vivekananda. I have myself gone through the books of Swami Vivekananda. And after reading these books, the love that I had for my country became 1,000-fold. Mahatma Gandhi says, became 1,000-fold. Dr. Radhakrishnan says, when we used to write letters to our friends, we used to quote the letters of Swami Vivekananda, very inspiring letters in our letters, because at that time, if you exchange the books of Swami Vivekananda, particularly the latest discovery says that Intelligence Department had made a note, Central Intelligence Department made a note that please put a ban on Swami Vivekananda's books, because in every revolutionary's house, sometimes we get bombs, sometimes we do not get bombs. But every place we get at least 2 bombs. One book of Bhagavad Gita and one book by Swami Vivekananda. That bomb is very dangerous. Very dangerous bomb. And that is why these revolutionaries are getting the inspiration. So there was a talk going on to get a ban on the books of Swami Vivekananda. So Dr. Radhakrishnan says, because if we send the books of Swami Vivekananda, then the Intelligence Department, British government will look down upon us with suspicion. So we used to quote the whole letters of Swami Vivekananda in our letters. And that is how we used to exchange the thoughts of Swami Vivekananda about the great country. And that is how the independence movement started. Dr. Radhakrishnan said, Jawaharlal Nehru said, hardly there was a young man in our country at that time who was not inspired by the great patriotism, by the great thoughts of Swami Vivekananda. So Swami Vivekananda brought about a great revolution. And not only for India, he worked for the whole world. But we are too near the history to evaluate its importance. In fact, the great historian A.L. Basham says, after 100 years, it is very difficult to evaluate the importance of Swami Vivekananda in the scale of history, because we are too near the history. Perhaps the future generations will be able to understand the great contribution of Swami Vivekananda, not only to India, but to all over to the whole world. There is a beautiful book, Gift Unopened, by Alan Stark, where she says that we have not yet opened the great gift by Swami Vivekananda. He gave the gift of the nectar of Vedanta, but we have not taken. Had we taken this nectar of Vedanta, this terrorism would not have been there. These problems would not have been there. He gave us this nectar, which is a gift unopened. Let us open that gift. And then she says, Columbus discovered the soil of America, but Vivekananda discovered the soul of America. And that is why the American government, when it noted down the great 100 personalities who have changed the face of America, one of the names is Swami Vivekananda. America gives so much of importance. In fact, wherever Swami Vivekananda stayed, even for a short while, all these places in America are getting converted into the great heritage places. You cannot touch a small brick from that building. It's a heritage building. Whether it is Thousand Island Park, whether it is Ridgely Manor, everywhere, wherever Swami Vivekananda stayed, they have become great pilgrim places. And there, the government of America has given the name as heritage houses. Slowly, now that America has started, now India also we have started after, when America started, India also we have started. So wherever Swami Vivekananda stayed, in Belgaum he stayed, the Karnataka government gave that house to Ramakrishna Mission for converting it to befitting memorial, and great activities going on in Belgaum Ashrama. In Porbandar, Swami Vivekananda stayed for 4 months. I was there for 8 years. There also, the government of Gujarat gave that bungalow, that Bhujeshwar bungalow, for converting into befitting memorial of Swami Vivekananda. Then Baroda, Dilaram bungalow, Swamiji stayed. That also has been given by the government of Gujarat to Ramakrishna Mission. Ice house, now still the struggle is going on to get it on a long-term lease. But at present it is with the Ramakrishna Mission. A befitting memorial has come up. Gradually people are understanding the great significance of the life and message of Swami Vivekananda. But when Swamiji had gone to America, the condition was very, as I told you, was very precarious. And they were all full of cynic ideas about India and the Vedanta religion. In fact, when Swamiji was one day giving lecture in America, in Detroit, during the lecture, one lady stood up and she said, "Swami, you are talking too highly about your religion. Is it not true that your mothers throw away their children into the Ganges, into the river, to be eaten away by the crocodiles? Is it not true?" Swamiji immediately stood up. "Yes, madam, that is very true. You know, I too was thrown like this by my mother into the river. But you know, I was so fat that the crocodile could not eat me. And so here I am to speak before you." Ready reply. So this was the great condition which Swami Vivekananda swept over. And then he told them, don't worry. Just now as you heard from Guru Rajji, he gave that message of Vedanta. The people were suffering. They were being told by the Krishna message, you are a sinner, you are a sinner, you are a sinner. Swamiji said, what? Sinners? It is sin to call a man so. Vedanta does not recognize sin. It recognizes only error. And the greatest error you are making when you say, I am sinner, I am weak, I am miserable. No, never say like that. Vedanta does not recognize sin. It recognizes only error. And the greatest error you are making when you say that you are a sinner. Ye, the children of immortal bliss, Shruvantu Vishve Amritasya Putrah, Aye Dhamani Divyani Tastu, Vedahametam Purusham Mahantam, Aditya Varnam Tamasa Parastat, Tameva Viditvati Mritimeti, Nanya Pantha Viditayanaya. I found the ancient one who is beyond all miseries. You are all the children of immortal bliss. So Swami Vivekananda told all the Americans, let me call you, brethren, ye are the children of immortal bliss, holy and perfect beings. Ye division are sinners. It is a sin to call a man so. It is a standing liable on human nature. Come up, O lions, and shake up the delusion that you are sheep. Your soul's immortal, spirits free, blessed and eternal. Ye are not matter, ye are not bodies. Matter is a servant, not ye is a servant of matter. That was the message that went across the whole of America. And American people, for the first time, they got relief. They got that great peace of mind. And that is how Swami Vivekananda became so famous within a short time. Till 1897, he was there preaching Vedanta in America and Europe. 1897, he came back. And everywhere, from Colombo, that time was in India, he landed at Colombo, from Colombo to Rameshwaram, then to Chennai, then on to Calcutta, and then to Almora. All the places, whole India he went. Wherever he went, he was given a very warm reception. And in response to this reception, the speeches that he gave, full of fire, fiery speeches, full of inspiration. And those speeches were given under the name Lectures from Colombo to Almora. And now another book is there, My India, the India Eternal, in which these lectures, some summary of these lectures, fitting with the present problems of our nation, have been compiled in the form of a book, My India, the India Eternal. Beautiful speeches. I presented this book, My India, the India Eternal, to Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam when he came to Baroda on 30th March. He had come for some other programs, but when I pointed out that in Baroda also, Swami Vivekananda stayed as a guest of the then Diwan Manibhai Jashbhai, and here we are converting into memorial. So he said, yes, I'll find out some time to visit, though it was not my original program. When I was in Porbandar, he had come twice. On 13th February 2002, when he was not yet the President of India, at that time he had come to inaugurate one of the 81 school buildings we had constructed in Gujarat as a part of earthquake rehabilitation project. and 6 colonies we had done at that time. So he inaugurated one of the schools, gave a very inspiring speech to the Porbandar youth, 3,000. And then, of course, he came twice. After becoming president also, he came 12th January. As you know, Swami Vivekananda's birthday is observed as National Youth Day. The government of India thought there should be a day dedicated to youth during the International Youth Year in 1985. So there was a committee, and the committee recommended that Swami Vivekananda, the ideas that were preached by Swami Vivekananda and lived by Swami Vivekananda are very relevant for the modern youth, and that is why Swami Vivekananda's birthday should be celebrated as National Youth Day. That was the decision taken in 1985. And from that time onwards, every year on 12th January, we have beautiful programs. I note here also there's going to be a big program on 12th January. In Baroda also, we are going to have a statue unveiled by the Governor of Gujarat on 12th January and a youth convention. In all parts of the country, we will have National Youth Day celebration. But we want more and more of it. Unfortunately, only the centers of Ramakrishna Math and Mission and Nehru Yuva Kendras and NSS units, they are only observing. But other schools and colleges should also celebrate. We are now trying to influence the government. In fact, Gujarat government gives a circular, official circular to all the schools and colleges. The 12th January you must celebrate Swami Vivekananda's birthday in a befitting manner. Similar attempts can be made in other states also. Because of that circular, now the schools and college authorities, they are coming to us. Please give the exhibition of Swami Vivekananda, we will show to the students. Previously when we used to call them, they would not reply. But with this one circular, now it is reversing happened. They are now wanting to get the books of Swami Vivekananda, get the exhibition sets of Swami Vivekananda. So these attempts can be made, but National Youth Day has to be celebrated in a big way. So 9/11 happened because this 9/11 we did not pay any heed. That is very true. There is a book by Samuel P. Huntington, The Clash of Civilizations and Remaking of a World Order, where he says most of the wars that have been caused during the last 100 years, with statistics, the book says, most of the wars that have been caused during 100 years have not been the wars between countries, have been the clash of civilizations, and more particularly, they were quarrel between Islam and Christianity. Behind all those attacks of the countries, the real idea is hatred towards other religions. It is the hatred towards other religions that is causing the countries to quarrel with each other. So it is a clash of civilizations. That will only go if the message of Swami Vivekananda that he preached in Chicago Parliament of Religions, that will be heard by the whole world. Last month, in November, I was there in Guwahati for an international seminar on combining spirituality and science with education for a better world. And the Chief Minister of Assam was there in the inaugural session, and he had to agree that spirituality is a must for educational institution, for the education. Why? Because science will tell you how to prepare the bomb, but whether that nuclear energy should be utilized for a good purpose, beneficial purpose, or for the bomb blast, that will be decided by spirituality. So true spirituality is a must for the modern education. Even the Chief Minister of Assam had to agree. Gradually people, and so then after listening to me, the Guwahati University kept my talk, because at that time a serial bomb blast had taken place just before my going, 1 week before. So all the people are full of ideas of terrorism. So they gave me to speak on how to combat terrorism with spirituality. I said Swami Vivekananda gave this solution of terrorism in 1893 in the World Parliament of Religions. This dogmatism and fundamentalism is giving rise to terrorism. So remove this. Let there be harmony of religions, and then all this strife will be driven out. So my time is coming to an end. I'll just say the last message of Swami Vivekananda. Beautiful. The whole of Vedantic message Swami Vivekananda has given in his book on Raj Yoga. Each soul is potentially divine. The goal of human life is to manifest this divinity within by controlling nature external and internal. Do this either by work or worship or psychic control or philosophy, by one or more or all of these, and be free. This is the whole of religions. Doctrines, rituals, worships, temples, churches, mosques are but secondary details. So the ultimate objective is to manifest the divinity by controlling nature external and internal. How can it be done? By 4 yogas. Raj Yoga, that is Patanjali Yoga Sutra, Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyan and Samadhi. These are the 8 steps. Yama is 5, Satya, Asteya, Brahmacharya, Aparigraha, Ahimsa. And 5 niyamas, Shauch, Santosh, Tap, Swadhyaya, Ishwar Pranidhan. So Yam, Niyam, Asana, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyan and Samadhi. This is Ashtanga Yoga. It's Raj Yoga. Then Bhakti Yoga, religion of love. Just now you heard, Swami Vivekananda said, religion has become, is not a commodity. That religion, that we should love God with unselfish motive, not with a selfish motive, not with the idea of getting something in return. That unselfish love and pure love, that is religion of love, Bhakti Yoga, prayer, mantra japam and all that. And third, Jnana Yoga. What is my true nature? Shravan, Manan, Nididhyasan. Or in the modern language we find reading good books, holy books, and reading the books which will be inspiring, which will tell us how to develop SQ, IQ, intelligence quotient, EQ, emotional quotient, emotional intelligence discovered by Daniel Goleman, and SQ, spiritual intelligence. Dana Zoha, she is a professor in Oxford University. She has written a book named SQ, Spiritual Intelligence, the Ultimate Intelligence, where she says neurologically, biologically, psychologically, from every point of view, there is a concluding evidence. There is something called SQ, which is the basis of both IQ and EQ. And what is IQ? IQ will tell you how to play the game of life. What is EQ? EQ will tell you how to play the game of life under changed circumstances with changed strategies. And what is SQ? SQ will tell you whether to play the game of life at all or not. Well, that is your choice. What is the meaning of life? What is the purpose of life? Why have we come to this earth? These all questions will be answered by SQ. So this Jnana Yoga. And fourth is Karma Yoga. Convert work into worship. Worship of the God in man. Where are you going? You are trying to dig a well by the side of the river? Foolish. Here is the living God present in the form of poor, in the form of sick. And you are trying to worship the God who is in images? Doesn't matter. You go to the temples because there are good vibrations. You will get better meditation. But don't stop there. Then come out of the temple and then worship the living God. That is why Swami Vivekananda wrote to his Guru Bhais, so far you had heard the mantras, Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, Atithi Devo Bhava. I am giving you some additional mantras for the modern age. What is that? Daridra Devo Bhava, Rogi Devo Bhava. Worship the God who is present in the poor people. Worship the God who is in the sick persons. That is why you find in Ramakrishna Mission, Swami Vivekananda started Ramakrishna Mission to keep as a role model that if Ramakrishna Mission, even the monks who have given up their whole life, if they can work whole day, why the householders should not work for the poor people and for the sick people? So here is a demonstration given by Swami Vivekananda for inspiring thousands. We cannot do the whole world for the whole country or the whole world. But Swami Vivekananda gave a demonstration model. So many hospitals, so many education institutions, rural and tribal development projects are being run by Ramakrishna Mission to keep as a role model. So the other householders will come up and start so many institutions like that. And that is the only solution for the great humanity. Swami Vivekananda wanted that everyone becomes divine. That is why he told Eric Hammond, it may be that I shall find it good to get outside of this body, to cast it off like a disused garment, but I shall not cease to work. I shall inspire men everywhere until the world shall know that it is one with God. That is the great immortal words of Swami Vivekananda. Swamiji is still alive, is still present in a fine form, particularly is present in his books. That is why you find, you take any other book and take the books of Swami Vivekananda, there is something extra there. There is the living presence of Swamiji. He says, it is a voice without form. He is present in his books. And that is why French savant, the Nobel Prize winner, Romarola says, Rabindranath Tagore told him, if you want to know India, study Vivekananda. In him there is everything positive, nothing negative. And then he started reading the books of Swami Vivekananda and he was thrilled. And then he wrote the biography of Swami Vivekananda in 1932. That is, when Swami Vivekananda passed away on 4 July 1902, After 30 years, he wrote the books, and he says about Swami Vivekananda's words, his words of music, phrases in the style of Beethoven. I cannot touch these sayings of his, scattered as they are through the pages at a 30th distance, without receiving a thrill from my body, like an electric shock. That electric shock we will receive. Swami, what we need today is an electric shock. We have to get that electric shock from the books of Swami Vivekananda for an awakening and have a global civilization. We are talking about globalization. The communication technology has made so many developments, and now the whole world has become one. They call it is a global village. The physical distance has been annihilated. But where is the global peace? Global peace cannot come unless until there is a global civilization backed up by spiritual culture. And for that, we need a global personality. Swami Vivekananda is that one single global personality who will be acceptable to the people of all castes, all creeds, all religions, and of all nations. That is one Vivekananda. He is a global personality. The whole world is waiting. And once his message will come, then we will be able to see the whole world as Swami Vivekananda envisaged, the whole world become a beautiful world with full harmony of religions, with mental peace in their hearts, all wending their ways into the divinity. I pray at the feet of Swami Vivekananda, may his blessing be showered on all of us, and may he inspire us to read his books and to spread his literature. Take a small book, Thoughts of Power. Don't take one copy. Take 10 copies. One copy keep for yourself. Rest 9 copies you give to your friends, with this request that if they find it good and inspiring, they should also purchase minimum 10 copies and give to other 10 friends. And the fission reaction will take place. The message of Swami Vivekananda will roll on, and the new global civilization will emerge. Thank you very much.